Now, the Limerick Enterprise Development Park was established a decade ago following on the closure of the German-owned Krupp's manufacturing plant. That involved the loss of some 500 jobs. Now, the park is actually on the doorstep, you might say, of South Hill here, and it aims to foster, to promote and to protect employment and to encourage the development of educational opportunities. Our Kieran McConville got the ground tour of the park to see what's been achieved in the past decade.
10 years ago, the only car in the car park here belonged to this guy. Liam McGilligan had been the boss of Krupp's in Limerick. It was he that had had to break the bad news to workers that their jobs were gone. And it was he and a group of like-minded local business people who raised the money to buy the site and form a company designed to develop it for the benefit of the local community.
We set up a charitable trust company, which in essence meant and provided for any profits being made by the company to be invested back into the aims and objectives of the company.
Since we last visited in 2004, the park has undergone a dramatic facelift. There's a shiny new hotel here with all bells and whistles. In fact, it's the biggest in Limerick with 200 rooms. A retail complex has been built on site, complete with shops and a supermarket. In the old Krupp's factory itself, several businesses are plying their trade. UPC, parent company of Chorus NTL, have their national contact centre here. It's hard to get a parking space here these days. In all, there are now about 800 people employed in the Limerick Enterprise Development Park, and a large number of them come from the immediate locality.
I worked in Krupp's for over 20 years, here in Medricks nearly 8 years. And it's absolutely brilliant to come along every morning and see the park looking absolutely fantastic, absolutely thriving, things really booming here.
By the way, that guy in the nice suit is business advisor Carl Shanahan, and if you've got a good business idea, he's got a big bag of money. Well, at least access to it anyway.
We have access to the Social Finance Fund of access to 25 million, which is a nationwide fund provided by the Social Finance Foundation.
It's a fairly standard document. You're going to get it from all the various banks.
Also available is the Community Time Bank, where local professionals give their time and advice for free.
Okay.
But providing jobs and helping enterprise is just part of what goes on here. Wander through the complex and you'll be bamboozled by all the organisations and projects that have sprung up here. And one of the recurring themes is education.
You hold it up like this, yeah, and give it a good shake.
Now, it's a policy of mine to avoid cocktails before midday, but some things must be done in the line of duty. This is the Fáilte Ireland Training Centre, which sees over 250 students qualify in various facets of the hospitality industry, from bar management to chefing every year.
I would say about 60+% over the years have been coming from the local community, which is great. So that's providing a skilled workforce for industry. Our instructors will also, this year particularly, be focusing on going out into industry and mentoring people on a one-to-one basis, and generally being there as a resource for industry to call on.
Just around the corner, and there's Toby Greystone in his boat building workshop, helping a couple of young lads from St Augustine's School. This boat, which is being stored, has been donated to the school, and the plan is to get it on the water in time for the summer.
The whole thing really is to try to get the kids focused on something, focusing on something, and concentration, and that hopefully will give them confidence. Confidence is what kids need.
That's it. We need to be more person-centred in what we're doing in education, because I don't think one size fits all. And I think we need to look at a new model, a brand new model. And I think in this time of regeneration here, that we can look at something new and bring something new to the table that will cater for these young people and cater for them at where they are at, rather than where we would like them to be.
It's 5 o'clock and this industrious group of teenagers have gathered to study together in a space at the back of the park. It's part of a project run by the University of Limerick to encourage youngsters to stay in secondary school and help them progress to third level.
There'd be very low transfer from areas such as this traditionally to university particularly, and to higher education in general. We're trying to build an ethos around education, and we're trying to show the people that higher education is for them and it belongs to them basically, whatever, and they have every opportunity, as we all do, to transfer and to progress onto third level education, and how that can benefit them not just individually but also the whole community wide and socially as well.
One of the main plans in the regeneration master plan would be for the provision of a third level education centre. A third level education centre on this site, we believe, would have an enormous impact on the delivery of education services well into the future. 10 years' time, 15 years' time, 20 years' time. It is the key to economic and community development.
As you walk down the main corridor at the centre of the complex, you can't fail to miss a very colourful collection of horse murals on the walls. They're the work of young people from all over the city taking part in school completion projects. And it's all under the watchful eye of artist Angela Connolly.
They get a great buzz out of what they're doing. They absolutely love it. They've no problem in coming along. And more children are getting involved as time goes by.
Now you may have noticed that the age profile of the people featuring in our journey through the LEDP has been decreasing, and so we reach our journey's end. The cost of childcare has become a big obstacle to many people who want to pursue a career or further their education. Jean Cleary and her colleagues provide subsidised childcare for over 50 ankle biters from all around the area.
I'm in college studying special needs, and Kingston is here full time, so I can go there because, without here I wouldn't be able to go to college.
And so it could well be that these will be the architects, engineers and IT specialists of the future. And hopefully it's they who will benefit from today's efforts to regenerate and rejuvenate the disadvantaged areas of Limerick City. OK, Kingston, I'll have my car keys back now, please. It's time to go home.